It's Wednesday. It's time for some ASMR. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a lovely, lovely week. So, um, it's raining, or was raining pretty hard. It's hard to tell from where I'm sitting. Um, so if you hear any thunder, that's why. Um, it might have stopped at this point. I don't know. The wind seems to have stopped blowing as hard, but there might be some faint thunder sounds tonight. So just heads up about that. I don't think it'll be very audible if there is more. Anyway, it's really exciting. We haven't had rain like this in a long time. It's been quite a while. Like the whole summer. It rained last week for like 2 minutes, and then it dried up immediately. So, what can you do? So anyway, it's nice. We have some rain. It's really exciting. Yeah, I hope we're all having a good week so far. Hi Floop, congrats on getting first sweetheart. How you doing? How you do, Floop? How's the pretty bird? Water and stretch. Okay. EP, I see, I see. I hope you're able to get some good rest. You've been exhausted all week. I see, I see. Hi, Mark. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. How you doing? Evil tummy. How can we defeat this evil tummy? How can we do this? How you doing, Mark? How you doing, sweetheart? Just heads up, we have the first ad break in about a minute. If you guys get ads at all. $40 by taking more sippies. Did you guys have something yummy to eat today? I split a Red Baron pizza with my sister for dinner today. Stand break. But thank you for being here, Mark. Thank you. Maybe then you'll be better. That's good. Hopefully. Excuse me. Sorry. Goodness gracious. Sorry for the burp. It's nothing too crazy. Gotcha. Hi, Nighty. Good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you've been well. Very nice. It's like Garfield blanket. This is cute. Yeah, there's Garfield emotes. That's pretty cute. Some veggie soup, but also big potato. A salad, I see. I couldn't eat a baked potato without at least butter. I need something. Something. Baked potatoes are yeah. um one of my cousins got married a couple months ago, like last month. Um Hi Lilia, how you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? Mwah. And they did their reception or whatever, the dinner after the thing. Or lunch. It was a lunch at the steakhouse. Um and everybody got a baked potato with their steak. It was we had the choice of steak or teriyaki chicken. I kind of wish I picked the steak, but the teriyaki chicken was cheaper, so that's why I picked it. Um, it was like a boiled chicken breast. Like it was not like it did not feel like it was grilled or anything. Um, with like teriyaki sauce kind of dribbled, drizzled over it with like a slice of pineapple, and that was it. Um, it was fine. I'm just glad I didn't pay for it. Super tired, but you've been okay. That's good to hear. I hope you were able to get some good rest. Nighty. Playing a lot of Power World. I've seen a lot of people playing that game. Yeah. I have not. We haven't played Power World in quite some time. Um, yeah, it was pretty not great chicken. Like the chicken was fine. It was not dry chicken, but it like was not really amazing. Um, and yeah, the best part was uh the roll, I think. I don't know. Steakhouses, yes, they are. They are. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure I've had steak before. I can't remember the last time I had one. It's been quite some time. Okay, hold on. I need to go check something real quick. I'm hearing water dripping. It might just be outside. But let me give me one moment. I'll be right back. I don't want a repeat of the sprinkler incident a couple months ago. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. It's just something. It's probably just water dripping off the roof onto the fan outside. That's probably what that is. It's not in the house. It's outside, so that's good. Sprinkler incident? Yep. Yep. My dad moved the sprinklers this summer, and he moved one so it sprayed the wall right above my window, and the spackle or whatever you call it on the side of the house is cracked. So water got in between the where the wood frame of the house sits on the um, basement foundation or whatever, or my window is, and got into that crack, and had to end stream pretty early, um, and had to do a lot of cleaning. Luckily, all of my magic cards survived. I had a pillow sitting in my windowsill as a quote unquote temporary curtain, and that absorbed a lot of the water that got in through the wall and saved a bunch of my books and stuff. So, thankfully, um, but yeah, so that was a couple months ago. All right, I'm going to yap about Pokemon cards for a bit here. So, last week, uh, we were talking about the Dusk Noir cards in my Pokemon Trick or Trade bundle draft cube that I'm working on. And in there are two copies of two different Dusknoir cards about a year or two apart. Um, they both have three energy attacks that do the same amount of damage, 120. They both have abilities, and one has 10 more HP than the other. The one with 10 more HP has an ability that lets you um, move around special energy from one Pokemon to another on your bench or your active Pokemon or whatever, right? The other one makes it so all special it turns off all special energy effects and just makes it so they um, only give one colorless energy and do nothing else. And I was like, well, do I leave both in? Do I kick one out? Because like if you're building a Dusknoir deck, then you have to kind of pick one or the other because one negates the other or makes one not completely useless. It still lets you move the energies around, um, but it turns off the special energy effects. And I looked through the cube and I counted up all the special energies that are in there. And so, if you don't know, the draft cube, all of the Pokemon in the cube are from the Trick or Treat bundles over the years since 2020 to 2024, or 2021 to 2024, however many they did. Uh, they didn't do one last year, and I was really bummed. I enjoyed opening those with you guys every year. It was something to look forward to. Um, anyway, so all of the Pokemon come from there. So, and a big issue with drafting Pokemon cards is you can't really do it out of the pack because Pokemon card packs are not built for drafting like a Magic pack is. Um, so, um, the best way that a lot of people will tell you the best way to play Pokemon is with a draft cube, with cubing. Cube is just the name for a curated list of cards that you construct. You shuffle and then separate into 15 card quote unquote booster packs, and then pass those out. Distribute them evenly among the players you have, and then you draft them. Um, that's just what a cube is. The where the name cube came from, I think, is still kind of unknown. Some people say it comes from the guy that first came up with cube, kept it in a box a cube shaped box. But cube shaped boxes are kind of not great for card storage. um, unless because I don't so I don't know. Anyway, um, so that's what cube is. So with cube is essentially you just turning you make your own little draft set. You can put all your favorite cards in there and balance it however you want. Make it as unbalanced or as balanced as you want. Um, Cube will outlive every trading card game ever. Um, it's Cube. Once you assemble the cube, you put the cube together, and you're happy with it. You don't need to touch it at all. You don't have to buy a new product or anything unless there's a new card that you think would be good in your cube. You can upkeep your cube kind of like a hobby in and of itself with new when they release new product. Anyway, so I was what cube is. um, the existence of cube was brought to my attention a number of years ago, probably through a Tulare Community College video or something. No, it was it. I think I said this almost word for word last time. I found out about Pokemon drafting through the Jay Witz video, where he talks about how Pokemon drafting doesn't have to suck, and he talks about cube and things. So I was like, oh, I want to build a Pokemon draft cube. That sounds like fun. And then I found that there's a podcast called the P Cubed podcast, um, on YouTube and other places. Probably they haven't uploaded in like 2 years, um, but it's a podcast exclusively about cube drafting in the Pokemon trading card game. And I remember listening to the first episode and taking notes. Um, anyway, after listening to the podcast and looking up cards and stuff and looking at what I have in my collection already, I came to the realization I don't have enough cards to make a cube. Like the minimum number of cards in a Pokemon cube is pretty high because with Magic you can build a singleton cube where there's just one copy of every card. In Pokemon you need the Pokemon lines. You need if you want to play with Charizard cards, you need to put Charmeleon and Charmander in there. So that kind of balloons the size of a Pokemon cube pretty heavily. Now, the thing with the Trick or Trade bundles is not every Pokemon in the cube has completed evolution lines. A bunch of old cards and some online. Yeah, yeah. You could build a cube yourself, Floop. And play with them forever. You could do that. That would be I would have. So one of my friends, he likes to do get-togethers and stuff around Halloween and things, and he has the biggest house. So when we do game nights and things, we all go to his place, and every time I'm like at his house, I'm the last one to leave, and it's like 5 a.m. and we're helping him sort his cards or whatever. He probably just wants to go to bed. I enjoy sorting things. Villager swap damage marks with 3 psychic energy. I don't know if there's a Mewtwo with 400 health, Floop. But that sounds familiar. I'm sure there's a Mewtwo card that does that. Those are awful. Yes, power creep in Pokemon is quite noticeable. It's rounded up. Gotcha. It is very, very noticeable. Anyway, so with the Trick or Treat bundles, 360 or 380. Gotcha. So, hi Gunther. Hi sweetheart. How you doing? That's an Ember emote. Nice. But the trick or treat bundle, I so the goal with the trick or treat bundle cube was like, okay, I have like 5 copies of every one of these cards, pretty much, at least a playset of every one of these cards from the trick or treat bundles, so I can for sure use these. So uh, the only Pokemon in the cube are from the trick or treat bundles. So I have to. The cube has to use the for the cube to function. We have to use the 3 stream streak. Thank you, Flip. Thank you. Um, I have to use the mutation rule, where as long as the Pokemon card is the same type, like if it's a dark type, if it's Houndour, that if you want to evolve, if you want to play your Houndoom, but you only have a Poochyena, you can put the Houndoom on your Poochyena if they're both dark type, essentially. Um, and I have to implement that because otherwise the cube would be very, very small and probably not very fun. Um, anyway, so I counted up all the cards in the cube the other night, yesterday, and there's 190. Right now, the cube stands at 360 cards. 390 Pokemon cards with Pokemon on them, and then the trainer and stuff. All of those account for 120 or 170, something like that. I don't know. I'm 20 short of 380. Um, so there's not currently not an even split of Pokemon to trainers. There's 20 more Pokemon cards and trainers. Um, and hitting the 380 mark would also make it easier to distribute packs evenly and use all of the cube with 4 people. Um, problem is, I don't have 20 more decent and usable trainer cards right now. I have like maybe 5 that I could put in there. So I need to do some shopping for singles at my local game store and stuff. Yeah. And because they're all from the trick or trade bundle, all of the only types in the cube are dark, psychic, fighting, grass, and fire. Grass and fire being almost entirely Phantom and Trevenant, and fire only being the Chandelier line, a handful of Houndoom, and Fuecoco. And grass having the Sinistra line, Delmise, the haunted anchor and ship wheel, and Teal Mask Ogre Pawn, and then the Trevenant Phantoms and Trevenants. Um, so, and the fighting lines in the cube being like every copy of Cubone I got from the first Trick or Trade bundle when the collation was really bad, so I have like 5 or 6 Cubones, and then Runerigus and Lycanroc. And then there's the trio of Pheasantipity, Monkey Dory, and Okidogi. Yeah, so love the full arts, but the GX things. You don't like the GXs? Yeah, I think I really like the ones where they're just the Pokemon is like popping out of the card frame, like the old level X's and stuff. I like those a lot. Hi, Skylar. You're doing good, Gunther. That's good to hear. I'm doing good. We got some rain today. It seems to have stopped. We had a lot of thunder. The 3D renders and stuff. Level X's, the old EXs and like the X and Y era. I prefer those over the GXs and stuff. IMO. Okay. Let's get you some praise, and you're good. You're good, bird. Floop. Whoa. It was just Joe little guy. Yes, those are very good too. Those are very good. They might be sitting a lot of heck yeah. We're talking about the card game, Skylar. Right. Sign up in the water. That's I think most sign up cards. Look, thank you for being here. Good job getting a streak of three streams. I'm very proud of you, Floop. Good job getting a three-stream streak, sweetheart. I'm very, very proud of you. Floop, thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Spending time with us on the streams. Thank you. You work very, very hard. And I'm very, very proud of you, sweetheart. You're a very, very good bird. Good bird, Flip. Good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird. There's what sign up walking down next there, so okay. Thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I think having is around the better place. In my humble opinion, anyway. You're a very, very good bird. Good bird, Flip, good bird. You're a very, very good bird. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good bird. Good bird, Flip, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird. Good bird, Flip, good bird. You're such a good bird. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good bird. Good bird, Flip, good bird. Excuse me, burp, sorry. Good bird, Flip, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird, good bird. There you go, Floop. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. But while I was counting all the cards in the cube yesterday, um, I was reading them because I put the cube together. Hiccup, sorry. Like a year ago. Um, and I don't remember what all of them do. There's three Gengar lines in the cube, just because Gengar and Ghastly and Hunters were in pretty much every single Trick or Trade bundle they ever printed. Um, there's the Gengar that's standing on the chandelier that lets you get it out of the graveyard or the discard pile for free whenever it's in there. Um, there's the Dark Gengar that does stuff. I don't remember what he does. And then the other Psychic type Gengar card has an attack that does 20x the number of damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. Um, Something like that. So there's a lot of the Pokemon in the cube spread damage over the active Pokemon and hit the bench for like 20 damage or whatever, right? So that Gengar's a nice payoff for that. Um, uh, yeah, a lot of the cards in the cube spread damage, and the Chandelier line has a like mill thing where like when you evolve into Lantern or whatever, you discard a card from your opponent's hand or they did something like that. And there's a Chandelure that has an attack or ability that makes you and your opponent draw a card, and its attack does some amount times the number of cards in your opponent's hand. So um, you're giving them a card, but you're also swinging for like 10, 20 more damage. Um, so that's fun. I would say the cube is probably not balanced very well. Probably just by the pure restrictions in the number what Pokemon cards I have access to, because I'm only using Pokemon from the Trick or Trade bundles. So, um, but we do have like a type triangle with the fighting, psychic, and dark Pokemon. And then the grass and fire. I do have access to some water and electric types in Pikachu and Quaxley, um, but it's just Pikachu and Quaxley, um, so that wouldn't do much. Um, so fight the Chandelier line and the fire types are probably like maybe the best line in the cube right now, just based on weakness and resistances. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. And some of the dark types in the cube, like Houndoom, there's a dark type Houndoom in the cube that's weak to grass for some reason. Um, I couldn't tell you why, but it is. So I need to find 20 more trainer cards to put in the cube. To hit that 380 mark. Um, and you can make cubes smaller than that, than my cube is even, but those will really only be good for drafting with like two people. You could do, I learned about the Solomon draft recently, where you construct a pool of 80 cards and draft with one other person, where you make 10 8-card packs, and then you take turns separating the 8 cards into two piles, and then the person that didn't separate them picks one pile first, and then vice versa until you're done. So there's that. Hi Cap, thank you for the switch in the waters we are. How you doing? How you doing, Cap? I'm just yapping about Pokemon cards and drafting. There we go. please go give Camp some love. Go give Camp a follow if you know already. Camp is, I think, working on 1.0 model or something. I don't remember, but he's working on a model, I think. Cap plays a lot of Souls likes and Borderlands. Please give him some love. We played games with him like last month. I think it was last month with Hunty and Alti for to celebrate Hunty's affiliate anniversary. We played some GTFO. Yeah. Also, his voice is very nice. Cap has a voice built for streaming or radio or something. It's real smooth. Thank you for the 3 stream streak, Floop. Thank you. You want some smooches, Skylar? You got it. Of course, Cap. Of course. Skylar, would you like any kind of smooch in particular? Smooches in particular? Would you like slow smooches, breathy smooches, fast smooches? Slow, you got it. Yes, you are, Floop. Yes, you are. Okay. Excuse me, burp. Sorry. No, it's because Cap did it. Cap redeemed them. Silly.
Alright, we'll count down from 10 to 1. And that'll be Skylar's punches. And then I will do some squats, I guess. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0.
All right. Thank you, Skylar. Thank you for the smooth treating, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. Hope that was okay for you. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, Floop. Oops. Okay. I don't know what to tell you, Floop. It's very bright outside all of a sudden. The clouds are going on. I don't know. It's probably because the sun's setting. But it is very bright outside. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Skylar. Thank you, thank you. I do my best. Sorry, burp. Yes, I did burp for real. You use your imagination, Floop. You are. Good job. Good, good, good. That's good. Gotta use your imagination. Everyone, you gotta stretch it like a muscle. is so bright outside. Vampire? No, it's just the sun is setting. It is very bright outside because the sun is setting. Hmm. Okay, so the trainer card. I discovered this card while looking up farmer Pokemon trainers while doing some prep for my Pokemon Tabletop United campaign. In a session on Saturday. Uh, and I found Hold Farmer through like Google Images. It's a trainer card from the Delta Species era of the game. Um, and you discard a card from your hand. If you can't discard a card from your hand, you can't play this card. Search your discard pile for 3 basic energy cards in any combination of 3 basic Pokemon or evolution cards. Excuse me. Show them to your opponent and put them on top of your deck. Shuffle your deck afterwards, so it gets stuff out of your graveyard. But the Gengar on the Chandelier is so you could play Hall on Farmer, discard the Gengar from the Chandelier Gengar, and then get it on your bench. And then you shuffle 6 cards back into your deck. So that's pretty good. At least that feels like that's pretty good. So I want to use this card in the cube. I think it would be fun. Hopefully my local game store has some copies of it. We'll see. If they don't, it's like a couple dollars online. So thank you for the water and the stretch flip. Thank you. How you doing, Clips? You're so happy. You're happy. That's good to hear, Clips. Get to watch someone stream your favorite game. Let's go. What game was it? I'm scared at Pixelated Nightmare. Yeah, I've never heard of it. Was it Raven? You'll actually go for a bit now. Okay, Floop. Oh, I need to do the squats. Whoops. Oh yeah, but soon. Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That was someone else. Gotcha. Okay, there we go. Boy. Until you bribe with 100 subs. That's not a lot of subs. How much money is that? Like $200? That's a lot of money. $600. What the heck? I guess it would be 200. Okay, yeah. All right. Sure. Yeah, makes sense. Sorry about the sniffles. You want good boy, Skylar? Okay.
Skylar, thank you for being here. Thank you for looking interesting. And spending time with us on the stream. Thank you. You're a very, very good boy. You're very, very hard this week. And I'm very, very proud of you. You're a very, very good boy. Good boy, Skylar. Good boy. You're a very good boy. Good boy, Skylar. Good boy. You're a very, very good boy. Good boy, Skylar. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Skylar. Good boy. You're a very Very, very good boy, Skylar. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Skylar. Good boy. Oh, look at you, such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Skylar. Good boy. Look at you, such a good boy. Good boy, Skylar. Good boy. 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 Good boy, Skylar. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Mwah.
There you go, Skylar. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you. Hopefully that was alright for you. Okay, give me one moment. I remembered that I have a uh, like a Pokemon structure deck in my dresser that I altered, and there might be some cards in there that I don't remember where they are. So they're probably in there. I'll be right back. Okay, so one of my first like structured decks in Pokemon was I have it right here. It's a Zekrom Black and White Next Destinies deck that I have added and removed things from. Yep, there's my SP Darkrai, Luxray, and oh, there's Dark Energies in here. That's useful. And there's some stuff. Pokemon Communication. So it was a Zekrom deck. Zekrom right here uh, has an attack called Outrage and Bolt Strike. Outrage does 20 plus 10 more damage for every damage counter on this Pokemon. Bolt Strike does 120 and does 40 damage to himself. Excuse me, burp, sorry, goodness. Looks like I also put in an Electros in here. And then there's a Thunderous. With Charge, search your deck for a Lightning Energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards, and Disaster Bolt for 80, and you discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. And there's a Luxray, Shinx, and Luxio line in here, and I think I put in some Pikachus. Oh yeah, there's a Hold-On Circle. There they are! Oh my goodness. That feels really nice to know where these are. So there's a trainer card from the Delta Species era called Hold-On Circle, and I have two copies. I have a regular one, and I have one, I believe it's a reverse hollow, with a stamp in the corner. So now I have these two, so I can put them in the cube. Okay, I at least know they're safe. I at least know they're safe. Yeah, I remember editing this deck quite a bit. I think it came with the Weavile, Shiftry, and Pikachu lines, and I think I added the Electros, Electric, and Dynamo, and I swapped out one of the. I added the Thunderous, and I swapped out one of the Luxrays for a Heart Gold Soul Silver Luxray, I think. 2009. So it is like 3 years older than everything else in this. It's a very pretty card. Hi, chickies. I'm just talking about Pokemon cards. I'm just yapping about Pokemon cards. But how you doing, sweetheart? Just heads up, we have the next ad break in about 50 seconds. Maybe less than that now. But I'm doing good, CJ. I'm just up about Pokemon cards. Looking up trainer cards and stuff to put in the cube. I need 20 more cards for the Trick or Trade Bundle cube to be an even 380 cards, an even split of 190 Pokemon and 190 trainer cards. So I'm gonna go to my LGS tomorrow and try and pick up some singles, Pokemon cards, Pokemon card singles. I know they have Goop Gas Attack, but the first edition, and I think they want like $9, $10 for a copy of the first edition Goop Gas Attack. Let's see. Goop Gas Attack. Yeah, you can get a. That's a first edition for $1.74. Goop Gas Attack is a trainer that just turns off Pokemon powers until your opponent's the end of your opponent's next turn. So, and I know they have copies of Goop Gas Attack. That's the one trainer I know for sure that the store has, unless they've sold them all. I got a stack of them in some top loaders. Anyway, so Holland Circle is a stadium card. And I thought Holland Circle was so cool when I was a little kid, a young bear, just because it's a crater with crystals in it. And all it does, it's a stadium, and well, it's in the stadium slot. It prevent all effects of an attack, including damage done by either player's active Pokemon. If an active Pokemon uses an attack, that attack ends and discard this card. So it buys you a turn if you're behind. So yeah, I'll probably put them in the cube just because they're cool. But yeah, I added a couple cards to this deck. I put in a Darkrai Galactic Team Galactic Darkrai from 2009 with a Pokebody. You don't see those very much anymore. Put one damage count. It's called Eerie Aura. Put one damage count on each of your opponent's Pokemon that remains asleep between turns. So it punishes, capitalizes on stuff being put to sleep. And its attack is Darkness Sleep for 3 energy, 1 dark, 2 colorless for 50 damage. If the defending Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, that Pokemon is now asleep. And the luxury I added, I swapped in, has 120 HP. Oh, the Gengar has, or Darkrai, not Gengar. Darkrai has 90. It has 2 attacks. Flash for 1 lightning energy for 30 damage. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack does nothing. And then it has a second attack called Gadget Bolt for 60 for 3. 2 colorless, 1 lightning. If Luxray has a Pokemon Tool card attached to it, you may do 100 damage instead of 60 to the defending Pokemon. If you do, discard that Pokemon Tool card. So I don't know if that's good, but the art's really pretty. If you want to look at this Luxray I'm talking about, it is Luxray 5 out of 99 from, I think, the Heart Gold, probably the Diamond and Pearl era. Yeah, it came out the same year as the SP Darkrai. But yeah, so this is a very heavily augmented black and white next Destiny's Zekrom deck. Let me just look up how much this deck is going for. Someone is selling just the deck box for $50. $50 for just the box. That's ridiculous. Oh, okay. This listing shows you the whole deck, so I can actually see what I took out. So I think I took out the Blitzels. No, this is edited. They changed it. They changed this. Because there's a random Bronzor and Litwick, Muna, and P-Dove in there. I think they just put a booster pack that they opened in there. Yeah, so there's only one Zekrom here, so they're missing a Zekrom. Yeah, that's not actually the deck list. Hey, Ari. What's the D word? What? Am I missing something? Hey, Nibu. How you doing, sweetheart? So if you guys heard my sister scream, they're probably playing a scary game on Roblox again. Sorry. But how you doing, Nibiru? I'm just talking about Pokemon cards. No, I said deck. Deck. D-E-C-K. Yeah, I said that one. That one. Okay, well, someone's selling the Reshiram deck for 75. There's, yeah. And then someone's selling just the box of the one I have. Like, just the deck box, the cardboard deck box for $50. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Why would you do that? Who would buy that? Why? Why? Why would you do that? Why are you a VIP? You have been for like a month now, Ari. You just now noticing? You have been for like 2 months, month and a half. Okay. I drink some water real quick. I'm gonna let you here. Good boy reading chickies. Yep, you are. A couple, it was probably last month. Um, I went through and I looked at all of my VIP slots, and we don't have any more. They're all taken up. Um, but I moved some around. I took them away from some people that haven't been here in a very long time, and that kind of thing, and I gave them to, excuse me, other people. And you're one of them, Ari. Sorry for the burp. Sorry. Okay.
Dickies, you're a very good boy. Dickies, thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Spending time with us on the streams. Thank you, thank you.
Yep, I call everybody sweetheart.
Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. Oh, look at you, such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, Chickies. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Oh, look at you, such a good boy. Good boy, Chickies. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy.
All right. There you go, chickies. Hopefully that was okay for you, sweetheart. Thank you for the redeemed deer. Thank you, thank you. You're good though. That's good to hear. Caught you off guard. It's okay. Everybody deserves to be called sweetheart every now and then, right? Well, most people. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't mind it? Okay. Do you want me to, Ari? Do you want me to? And for my birthday, one year, um, so there's this company called Golden Groundhog or whatever, and they sell Pokemon. They sell card lots and stuff on community thing. Okay, all right, sweetheart. Um, and they had an Amazon listing or item for like 50 WotC era Pokemon cards, and oh, there's Yukamori cards in here. Oh my goodness, there's Yukamori Pokemon cards in here. And it's just Pokemon. I don't think there's trainers. Or an Napalm card. Like base set to there's some gold and silver cards in here too. Spinarak and stuff. I don't think there's any first edition in here. Oh no, I got Blaine's Gamble. Okay, that can go in the cube. um, Fossil Slowpoke. I don't think there's any first edition stuff in here. I did get, and I think there's only commons to uncommons. There's no holofoils or anything. Minky, Wooper, Cubone, Lieutenant Surge's Voltorb. It's like base, Jungle, Fossil, Gym Heroes, base 2. Oh, there's an Eevee, Jungle Eevee. Maintenance, okay. Nidoran, Nidorina, Marowak, Executor, Seal, there's a Psyduck. Unknown O, a potion. I guess I can swap that potion out for one in the cube. Give the card printed in 98 some use. Hi, Katie. Unknown U, Primeape, Graveler, Seeking, Meowth, 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 Mysterious Fossil. So there are some trainers. Dark Flaffy, Swinub, Koga's Coughing. Okay. Oh no, there is a first edition. There's a first edition Yukamori Girafarig from Neo Destiny or whatever it's called. The one with the set symbol with like the star overlaid over the. Yeah. Okay. First edition Fossil Ekans. Oh, this. Koga's Coughing is first edition too. First edition Fossil Golbat. First edition Omastar from Fossil. First edition Goldeen. It's a Yukamori Goldeen from some set from 2000. First edition Golduck from Fossil. First edition Cloyster from Fossil. Horsey from Fossil. Two Horseys from Fossil. And then I have a first edition Light Ninetales from Neo Destiny. From this random card lot here. From Amazon. And it is probably the most expensive card I own right now. Oh, and the Caterpie, the Yukamori Caterpie is first edition too. Fun. Oh, and there is a rare in here. Oh, there's two rares. I have a metal Magnemite, metal type Magnemite here, and a dark Dugtrio from Rocket. Anyway, this Light Ninetales, I scanned it with like the TCG Player app on my phone, and it was like $24. So, that's cool. So there is some first edition stuff. So there's two Yukamori cards in there. I need to remember to take those out or remember that they're in there. Yeah, and they smell like old paper. They smell not bad, but they have that stink of old novel, and I love that smell. It sticks. Is that smell when you're reading an old book and it clings to your fingers till you wash your hands? Is that smell similar to that smell? Not as potent, but it's there. It's there. Okay, so that's 3 trainer cards. Probably swap out a potion. I don't want too many potions in the cube, but Blaine's Gamble and another maintenance. Okay. And the first edition Light Ninetales and Girafarig and Caterpie. That's fun. How you doing, Katie? Hope you're doing well, sweetheart. Oh, did your sub expire? Yeah, I don't know why this Light Ninetales is worth so much. Okay, on eBay it's like 15, so it might have gone down. I don't know. When I scanned it, it said 24. This guy's asking for 50. Oh, this one's first edition. That's why mine is first edition. Anyway, so I got this as a birthday gift. It was just a Golden Gopher old Pokemon card lot. I think it's 50 cards. Maybe more than I don't know. And then they stopped selling that. So I don't know if they just ran out of old cards or what. Excuse me, burp. Sorry. Anyway, Light Ninetales gets you baby Pokemon and basics out of your discard pile back onto the bench. And its attack does 50 damage, so you're more so using it to get stuff out of your discard pile, probably. It has 90 HP, so hitting for 50 in that era is probably not bad. You do have to discard after using its damaging move. But mine is first edition. It is. So, yeah. And there's 2 rares in there. I don't know why the Magnemite's rare. Okay. Sorry.
us on the stream. Thank you. It's always good to see you, Katie. Always good to see you. You're a very, very good girl, Katie. And you worked very, very hard this week. And I'm very, very proud of you. Good. 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 Good girl, Katie. Good girl.
Okay, CJ.
Good girl, Katie. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Good girl, 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 good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Katie, thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I think things are the better place. And my humble opinion, anyway, you're a very, very good girl.
Good girl, Katie. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Oh, look at you, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Yes, you are. Good girl. 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 Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Yes, you are such a good girl. A very, very good girl. Yes, you are. Good girl. 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 Mwah. Thank you, Katie. Thank you for the routine, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. Do you want tappies on the Lego box and stuff, CJ? I have these very thin little deck boxes with me right now. Although they're kind of small and hard to tap on. I don't think I've got to do that. I think it would be very fun to have like a WotC era cube. That would be really fun, but you'd have to proxy that. I would. I'd have to proxy that. Besides this fistful of old cards I have right here. because there's no way I'm gonna afford Blastoise or anything. Okay, here's the Lego box. I'm curious how much a MetaZoo box is going for these days. It's the same amount, $25. Okay. Not much has changed in the couple months I've not looked at it. How much is a gassy going for? $30? Okay. Well, gassy's gone up in price. Oh, well, I will probably never have it. Okay, someone's selling that one for 15. Cool. Oh, that one's signed. That's why. Okay. So Gassy, a MetaZoo card. Gassy and Daitha is a dragon. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's a dragon that lets you cast a spell from your discard pile every turn. But when you cast it, it goes to the exile zone, or it's basically removed from the game. You can't play it again. So early MetaZoo, there were a bunch of gassy decks that it was like the elf fireball decks in old Magic, where you just play a bunch of Llanowar elves and stuff to boost your fireballs and stuff. At least I think that's how elf fireball worked, elf ball. Gassy is similar in that. So you play all your burn spells, your direct damage spells, and then you can cast them again and hit your opponent for more burn damage. That was a strategy in early MetaZoo. I don't know if it ever saw a success. Early MetaZoo was like the meta was dominated by Quetzalcoatlus, which that card is just kind of nuts. Like that card is so much better than every other card. Pretty much, it is at least base set MetaZoo. It has so in Magic terms, it has haste, first strike, and flying, which in Magic alone is not that big of a deal. But MetaZoo, that is a very evasive attacker. In first strike in MetaZoo, I think works the same way in Magic, where the first striking monster deals its damage first, and then if the defending monster or whatever dies, then it doesn't take damage, right? And flying and haste work similarly in Magic as in MetaZoo. In MetaZoo, flyers is weird. So in Magic, a flying creature, think of it as like it's floating in the air, and then it just kind of flies right at your opponent's face. Right, it flies over their army of zombies or whatever they have going on. In MetaZoo, a flying monster kind of floats there in the battlefield. Like imagine like something like a Yu-Gi-Oh field in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. It's just a monster kind of flying there, and then when you order it to attack, it swoops down. So you can block a flying creature in MetaZoo, but you can't target them for attacks unless you target them with a flying creature. So then they can reach each other. It's kind of confusing. It is very confusing coming from playing Magic. I don't know why they made it work like that. There's a lot of evasive abilities in MetaZoo. There's spirits that I believe can only be blocked and targeted for attacks by other spirits, like Shadow in Magic. There's invisible creatures. Um, there's a lot of evasion. Anyway, Quetzalcoatlus is really good because it costs 3, I think, just 3. Um, Medizu's mana curve, it has a mana system basically the same as lands in Magic, and the mana curve there in that game is much lower. The CMC, converted mana cost, like expensive cards in like the most expensive cards in Medizu that I can think of is probably like something like the Grim Reaper. I think Grim Reaper costs 8, and that's like the high end. So and typically there's things that cost like 6 or 5 or like 3 colored and then 2 colorless mana. Quetzalcoatlus I think is just a 3-drop. So you can get them out turn 1 if your opening hand contains a mana rock, a lightning crystal. There's elemental mana rocks in Medizu, and they tap. The ones from base set tap for 2 of their color. So you and they're free. They have no casting cost. And Medizu has the Chaos Crystal, which works like the Black Lotus, where it just taps for 3 of any color. And so you can turn 1 Chaos Crystal and then just play a Quetz, or you play your Lightning Aura and then a Lightning Crystal, tap for a Quetz, tap turn 1. Welcome back, Kipti. You've missed nothing of importance. I'm just yapping about Medizu cards now. Anyway, Quetz is just really good. And so Lightning was a very dominant archetype or element in early Medizu, and was for quite some time. The Medizu team, whatever that is, yeah. The Medizu team at the time were like, we're never going to ban a card. We will just print answers to the card in the next set, which I don't know if that's a good idea, but I don't think they ever banned anything. They might have eroded a couple things. But so Quetz, you can play 4 in your deck. I think it's 4, at least 3. There are 3 drops. There might be 4 drops, but they're very, very inexpensive for how good they are. And so Quetz has First Strike, Flying, and Haste. And it has a 4th wall ability where it gets like 10 or 20 more damage to its attack for every light bulb above the arena or wherever you're playing. And I think they had to come out with a rule saying that Quetz only gets a boost from like at most 2 light bulbs or a single light bulb in a tournament setting. Because, in those tournaments, they're playing in like those big warehouse facilities, and there's like hundreds of fluorescent bulbs on the ceiling. Anyway, Quetz was terrifying and is terrifying. But they did print answers to it. The Water got a couple spells that take away Quetz's flying and then ground him, so you can target him with attacks and things like that. So, and the thing is, he has First Strike, so even if you target him for an attack with a flyer, Quetz still hits you first. Quetz was very scary. I have 3 Quetz. I have a Hollow Quetz, a Reverse Hollow Quetz, and then Medizu did like old Medizu. There's a Medizu reboot right now. There was the rights were bought out by a couple people that really liked the game, I think. It's not like a big company, and they have their own game. And Richard Garfield apparently helped make it. Like they were partnered with this, I don't know what to call it, think tank of like game designers. And Richard Garfield is in that company, so he helped in some form. Maybe not very much, but he was involved in some form with the new MetaZoo reboot. Um, uh, where was I even going with that? I don't. I'm sorry, your Wi-Fi crashed, Gipsy. Welcome back. Oh yeah, they did a bunch of like side products and collabs with things, and they had NFTs and that nonsense. This is 2021 to 2024, um, and one of the things they did was skateboard decks. They did like art prints for a skateboard. They partnered with a skateboard company for skateboard decks, and you also got a T-shirt. And the I think the skateboards were like a blind box kind of deal, because the shirt and the shirt came with a promo card corresponding with the art on the shirt, and the or maybe it was just the shirts and the skateboard was something else. I think that might be it. I don't know. They did so many of these darn things. Um, and they did a Quetzalcoatl shirt with alternate art, and you got a promo card corresponding to your shirt. And the shirts were blind boxes. And I remember like 2022 or 2023, there was an auction for the Quetz promo card from you got with the shirt, and I got it for like $23. Maybe closer to 30. I don't remember, but it was a steal. I got it for a steal essentially. So I don't know if that's the most valuable MetaZoo card I own. I don't know. I guess we can look into that when we're done here. Excuse me, sorry. So, lightning was very dominant, and then after that, like second place in the meta was water, because water had board wipes, and the Loveland Frogman from base set, um, like gave your opponent's whole board status effects, like poisoned them, put them to sleep, and all this nonsense. So it like locked down your opponents. It was very control heavy. So it was a kind of a battle between lightning and water in the early game. And then I think when MetaZoo ended, with the last set, they printed a bunch of like giant creatures, like giant type creature types, and one of them is a dual type. It's dark and earth element, and he does like crazy damage. So at the end of MetaZoo's life, earth was very dominant. I'm sorry, CJ. I hope this is still good tappies for you. I got I got very distracted. I could take a break. My hands, fingers are tired. Give me 1 moment. I need to blow my nose real quick. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Lake Tahoe Tessie is going for sub $10. All right. um. So, years ago now, a few years ago, they after I think it was around Medizu's demise, um, they released a promo card called uh, Turkey Day Tahoe Tessie. I think it was a promo benefiting like a charity for like childhood cancer or something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember. Um, Came out around Thanksgiving, I guess. Um, and I bought one for like $6. And then a couple months later, they were going for like a lot more than that. They spiked um, quite a bit, and it looks like they've dropped back down. Okay. Let's see, Quetzalcoatlus. $10. All right. So the Quetzalcoatlus I got from the auction for 20 something dollars is now $10. um, that's good and also makes me kind of sad, but it's fine. Someone's even selling it with the shirt for 30. Hi, Mela. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? I'm just yapping about cards all night again. You're a darker blue now. And your PFP is different. I can't tell what it is too small on my screen. I can't tell what it is. Of course, Mara. Of course. Everybody, please go follow Mara. Mara's awesome. He's super, super sweet. The king of soft boys. Mara plays a lot of Phasmo and GameCube era games. I'm good. I'm just yapping about my Pokemon draft cube. I need 20 more. I need to source 20 more trainer cards to make the cube complete. Right now, I have 190 Pokemon cards in the cube, cards with Pokemon on them, and like 170 with 170 trainer cards. So I need to find 20. um, I need to find 20 trainer cards that are actually interesting and useful for the cube. I've kind of gone through all of my collection that I have right now, and sourced pretty much put every single trainer card I could find that just drew cards, did stuff with psychic types, fire types, grass types, and dark types, and fighting types, and just threw it in the cube. I don't have the luxury of like picking and choosing at that. I didn't. So I need to find 20 more. So luckily I found like 3 in this box. This little I got I think it's 80, maybe 50 to 80 cards a lot of like WotC era cards from the Golden Groundhog for one of my birthdays in like 2018, 2019. And there's 3 trainer cards in here. Blaine's Ambition, Maintenance, and a Potion. So I'm going to swap out one of the more recent potion cards for the base set potion just because it's cool. Give the card printed in 98 some love in a sleeve. And there's a couple Yukimori cards in this box. There's a Girafarig and a Caterpie, and they're both first edition. And this probably also contains the Pokemon card in my whole collection that's worth the most. I have a first edition Light Ninetales from Neo Destiny. The Girafarig is from the same set. It's like I scanned it with the TCG Player app a while ago, and I was my eyes bulged. It said $24. I was like, "What? $24?" And it's not even a rare; it's just uncommon. But mine is first edition, so that's probably why it's worth so much. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to go to my LGS at some point tomorrow to try and find some decent trainer cards there. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to buying singles online. But if I can get them in my LGS, then I don't have to wait for them to ship and arrive in the mail. So that'll be nice. I know my LGS has a couple copies of Goop Gas Attack. They're first edition, and they want like $10 for them, which is probably not worth it. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I was yapping about Pokemon cards, and I started yapping about MetaZoo out of nowhere, I think. Yeah, so I don't actually know what my most valuable MetaZoo card is at this point. It's not that Quetzalcoatlus. Interesting. But we are coming up on the 2-hour mark. So if there are any other trigger requests, smooch redeems, anything of the sort, please get those in soon so I can get those to you before it gets too late. We'll be raiding out here in about 15 to 20 minutes. Raven is live. Nara is live. We can raid Nara. If Nara is still alive when we're done, we'll raid Nara. Because we haven't had the chance to raid Nara in a very long time. Nara's been streaming in the morning for me. For like the past couple weeks. So, haven't even had the chance. You want to go, Boy Gunther? You got it. You got it. All right.
There. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Spending time with us on the streams. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Gunther. You worked very, very hard this week. And I'm very, very proud of you. Good. 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 Good boy, Gunther. Good boy. You're a very, very good boy. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Gunther. Good boy. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Gunther. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Gunther. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Gunther. Good boy. Oh, look at you. You're such a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Very good boy. Good boy, Gunther. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
There you go, Gunther. Hopefully that was okay for you. Oh, Mara, I don't know if you're still here, but did I tell you I bought um all 6 of the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters? I bought them. I bought them. Oh, did Nora end the stream? I think Nora ended the stream. Let's see. Oh, that was okay. That's not Nora. Whoops. Yeah, Nora ended the stream. So we won't be rating Nora, I guess. Raven is live. Let's see. We could say hi to Raven. Raven's been going for 4 hours, so she might end before we're done. We'll see. Melty is live. We could also raid Violet too. Oh, Convoy's live too. All right, we have options. We have options. We've got options. Did we raid Raven last week? I think we did. I think we did. All right. I think it's. I don't know. Let me check. Let me check Blue Sky. Okay, we rated. That's right. We rated Banshee on Sunday. Friday we rated Emmy, and then before that we rated Nez. So we haven't rated Melty or Raven recently. We rated Note 2 weeks ago. Okay, so we could rate either. Either has been recent. Okay. Well, we will try and raid Melty. But both Raven and Melty tend to end soon. We'll see. We'll see. We've got about 10 minutes. Okay. All right. Melty's raiding out. Okay. In that case, we'll raid Raven. Looks like she's doing some SCP articles. She's reading some Wikipedia. She's words. She's reading some SCP wiki articles. There we go. Goodness, why was this so hard? Why was that so hard? I'll have to look up an opening of the Black and White Next Destiny Zekrom deck to see what I took out and what I put in. I haven't played the Pokemon trading card game like physically in a very, very long time. When was the last time I did? I don't know. I don't know. Give me burps. Sorry, goodness gracious. Hiccups. Hiccups. Sorry. Okay, so that's 2 Hold-On Circles, the Maintenance, and then Blaine's Ambition. That's 4 cards. So I need 16. Fight 16. And I have a couple more in my binder. I know that there was a recent set, semi-recent Pokemon set that had a bunch of support for dark types. There's a trainer card called Grimsley's Moves. Grimsley Moves, something like that. You look at the top 7 of your deck and put a dark type Pokemon in there that you find in the top 7 on your bench, and then put the rest on the bottom of your deck, I think. So you can cheat out stage 2 Pokemon and stuff. And in the booster pack that I bought at Walgreens like 3 months ago, that was like $15. It was ridiculous. It was a blister pack. It was just a booster pack. Not even a promo Raikou. It's just a Raikou from a recent set with a different foiling, holofoil pattern, and a Raikou coin for like $15. It was ridiculous. And the packs only have like 9 cards in them. But I did pull a Grimsley's move, so that was exciting. How much is that card? Oops. Grimsley's move. Someone is selling the full art for $2. Okay, it's not very much. 99 cents. Okay, it's a playset for $1 or $2. All right, so they're not very pricey. A nice thing about the more recent Pokemon cards is that at least the stuff that's not a Charizard or Umbreon, it's fairly cheap. It's fairly cheap. All right, that's good to know. All right. Look at that we go in here in a couple minutes. Raven is still live. Hmm. I don't think it's raining anymore.
Mwah.
All right. Give me a moment to swap my headphones, and I will be right back. Okay. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow for some Monster Hunter with Ari, if Ari is feeling up to it. I will see you guys Yes, I just said that. I'll see you guys Friday for some more ASMR and some Destiny 2 on Saturday. And yeah, and Handicam ASMR on Sunday. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate love you all very much. Thank you, thank you. Please be nice to Raven. Please give her a follow if you're not already. I'm sure everyone here already is. But please give her a follow. She's awesome. She deserves way more attention on her content than she gets. She's one away from 760. So that's awesome. But please give her some love. She's great. She's super funny. Her stuff's great. She plays lots of spooky leaning games, not always outright horror games, but usually games with spooky elements. She's doing some SCP reading right now. If you need me doing more yapping, feel free to watch the VODs on YouTube. I recommend watching them there as there shouldn't be ads. We're not monetized on YouTube. If you get ads on YouTube, I'm not the one putting them there. But good night, guys. I love you. Bye bye.